Hey everyone, Richard Wilson here at Family Office Club. I've been watching some videos of Warren Buffett, some clips from his annual meeting lately, and we've been hosting our investor summit here in Brooklyn, the New York City area. And I got asked on stage yesterday during our head of investor club discussion panel. We had 7 heads of investor clubs on stage. I got asked, what types of people do investors want to work with most? Because I had made a comment that it's the highest quality person in the room investors want to work with, not the best quote unquote deal or the person promising the highest returns. So they asked me to describe what that person would look like and not look like, but like act like. And Warren Buffett has a comment related to that. He said that him and Munger both saw who they like to do business with. They realized some people were just really hard to deal with and just not worth it. And others were pleasant and great to deal with. Sam Zell also talks about how he never wants to do a deal just once with somebody. He wants to be able to work with somebody again and again, right? So here are all the things that I see after running 275 live events for our investor club and running our club for 17 years now. What I see ultra wealthy investors worth tens of millions, hundreds of millions, and $1 billion plus like to see in order to work with somebody. And the point of mentioning Warren is that you can study these things and seek to be more like them. You don't want to be disingenuous and act like someone you're not, but shifting, learning how to communicate in certain ways, improving your communication styles. Those are all things we should be working on, right? So here's a list of things that I see investors looking for. First, above everything else, they want to work with a class act individual because that encompasses so much. It means respect for yourself. It means respect for others. It means being kind, being polite, being professional. I think that people want to work with someone who is passionate. They want to work with someone who's excited on what they're doing. And you should not work on anything unless you're excited about it. You shouldn't back things unless you're excited about it. We had Pinkerton on stage yesterday, Dan Pinkerton, a $1 billion wealth manager. He talked about being joyful in everything you do. We interviewed Tim Draper, famous venture capital billionaire. He says that he goes into everything with gusto and enthusiasm. If you're not, then why are you doing it? And people will be more attracted to work with you if you're the one having more fun and you have more gusto and enthusiasm than other people. Jesse Etzler talks about that as well, who's Sarah Blakely's husband. Other things people look for would be to have investors eat first and just have that mindset of serving investors. Being a servant leader in terms of serving your employees, being long-term minded, being consistent, just being a winner in general. People want to back winners. Momentum breeds more momentum. Someone on stage yesterday said that they look for champions and they back champions. Work ethic, grit, emotional intelligence, social intelligence. If you have a sense of humor, definitely helps, right? Some of us are born with one a bit more than others. Those are some of the top things that come to mind, right? People want to work with others who are just nice human beings, pleasant to be around, relatively agreeable. When I interviewed Sam Wiley for billionaires.com, I read his book, which is great. He said that he is a pretty laid back person, but he gets as aggressive as he needs to be in certain situations. So obviously you don't want to be a pushover, but you also don't want to be rough and hard to deal with, and nobody really wants to do business with you either. So these are some of the characteristics of what I feel investors are looking for in value, and they would much rather work with someone that they trust and like, rather than someone promising a high RRR, because anyone can promise that. It's just a piece of paper. It's just a number you put on the paper, but do you really believe it? If they don't trust you, they won't. So a lot of this comes back to trust, being able to relate to you, liking you, and having high conviction that you're the right person to trust with their capital, which really represents their hard work that now is in the form of capital. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out familyoffices.com and investorclub.com if you want to get involved.
Join the Family Office Club by visiting familyoffices.com. We look forward to seeing you at our next live event.